Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back. I'm going to be sharing today some intuitive insight and perspective from the time period of May 4th through the end of Taurus season, which would be May 20th. These are some things that I'm going to popcorn over. I will do a separate video for later on in the month, but for now, this is what's palpable, this is what's moving, and this is what wants to be shared with this particular audience on Lay YouTube. So I'm happy you're here. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's all good. I'm going to popcorn some things over for you to come into your own discernment and your own feeling and sensing of what feels true for you. So we are in the middle of May, which in numerology is a month 5, which is all about travel, change, freedom, connection, new experiences, shifts that you may not have expected or anticipated, sensuality, sexuality, connection with the body as it's in movement and in momentum. So we are in very interesting times. There is a lot happening, and I feel like I say that every time I do a video, but it's true. So much continues to unfold, and we're hitting a stride where we really are getting comfortable or more comfortable, or we're being given more opportunities to become more comfortable with releasing control, surrendering radical trust into the unknown. And I've quoted this before, but we really are being called up, especially if you are watching this, you are a leader. You are. And for us as leaders, we're entering this new phase of radical trust. And I know Rachel Botsman has a beautiful quote, and I've quoted this before, but it is, trust is a confident relationship with the unknown. And trust is full of doubt, she says. So this is what we're being called to anchor in more of. There's so much light being blasted onto this planet, and also from the spirit and energy of Earth, Gaia herself. She is releasing a lot. There's this really interesting oscillation happening. I'll get to the Schumann resonance in a different video because I have many thoughts on that, but there's a lot of oscillation happening between how we are integrating this light from beneath us, from the earth, and from above us, from the cosmos. So this light is really high frequency, encoded love. And it is beaming through each of us like little acupuncture needles that we are walking this planet, and allowing that light through your specific frequency to ground onto this planet. I don't know anything about electricity, especially in the sense of how to do electric wiring, etc. But it really is, it's like we are grounding in these light rods of light. And we are the grounding. I'm pretty sure they do something with electricity. Again, I don't know the technical term, but they do something to ground the electric poles. So that is essentially what we're doing, and we've been doing that, but we are going to see that amp up even more so. We are still in Taurus season, which is a beautiful time to get grounded in your body, get grounded in your, even grounding and settling your mental body, calming and relaxing your nervous system. This is what's going to assist those high frequency light energies moving through your body that are allowing your DNA to become more crystalline. We are evolving from carbon-based DNA to crystalline DNA, and that is going to continue to ramp up. But this Taurus season is a beautiful time to come back to moving your body in ways that feel nourishing. If that is just stretching, if that is starting a new routine or starting something totally new, to feel how you feel when you move your body now. And meeting your body now is going to be, it's like that is exactly what this planet is doing with her planetary body. We mirror a lot that she is navigating this planet, the ultimate divine feminine herself, Earth. And we are mirroring. We are nature. She is us. We are not just stardust and the cosmos. We are Earth. Earth is stardust and cosmos as well. And it's time that we start realizing that and coming into our own interpretation of how we connect and collaborate as co-creators with this planet. So this is a month where everything is alive in the Northern Hemisphere. We are in the peak of spring, the start of summer. So Gaia is very green. She's very luscious. She's very vibrant right now, and she's very alive. And so is the animal kingdom. There's a lot happening with like people receiving either shifts in their power animal spirit team guides that are animals that might be new, are stepping forward. So leaning into the heart, leaning into the color green. It's not a coincidence that the gemstone for the month of May is emerald, one of my favorite stones. And I feel like that's just a really beautiful frequency and color for each of us to tap into, especially during the Taurus season days and weeks of this month of May. So this oscillation that I was also referring to is really also in our emotional body and how we emote and how we process and relate to our innermost feelings. There is a lot of grief happening. A lot of grief. I have been noticing more souls transitioning to the other side. And obviously, the experiences that we are going through as a collective right now are amplifying how we are attuned to the collective energies and how we're attuned to our own grief within us and what is happening in our inner world, what's happening in our outer world that is evoking that kind of grief. It feels like that is going to be continuing, and we're going to be continuing to oscillate. And that's really how we expand. That's how we expand our capacity to love, is by going to the depths of grieving and realizing that grief is just the feeling of love, the feeling of perceived loss of love in our physical reality, and the transition into a whole new connection with that soul on the other side. So there's like this major grieving wave, and then filled with like peaks of joy. Joy is something that planet Earth is highlighting for us this month. May and June are big months for 2025. We are on the heels of a Yang Metal Dragon lunar month in Chinese astrology. And in just a few days, I believe it's May 5th, we are entering the May 5th or 6th, we're entering the Yin Metal Snake month. So we are going to be in a lunar month in Chinese astrology, the snake month, that is reflective of the year, which is the year of the snake. With it being a yin metal snake month, however, within that snake year of 2025, we're going to be feeling more refinement and attunement to what your heart truly desires, what your heart is beckoning out to you as what it needs to feel alive, what it desires to feel more alive. And this could be connections, this could be a myriad of things, but that's going to be kind of highlighted for this month ahead. Embodiment will help with that. And also radical grace, radical compassion for yourself and for everyone else on this planet right now. We have been continuing to release a lot of layers of judgment, the frequency of judgment for ourselves, for each other. Like, we have got to get past that. which I know is a very idealistic thing to say, but it's true. And that's going to invoke where we are not fully confident in ourselves. That's also going to invoke where we're not fully deepened in our own embodiment as divine expressions of source, of the divine, of the universe. One thing I am definitely going to be keeping a pulse on is the conclave process for electing the new pope. That begins on May 7th, that process. And I just find this whole thing very, very interesting. And I will be, again, attuning to this as this continues. But the conclave will begin May 7th. There's a lot of chitter chatter from the cardinals that can vote, which I think only a portion of them can, because I don't think you can vote if you're a cardinal above the age of 80, which is interesting. So I guess all of the cardinals under the age of 80 are able to vote for the next pope. This process takes place in the Sistine Chapel, which is, again, fascinating to me. And they are in there however long it takes to vote and elect the new pope. Again, there's a lot of chitter chatter from these cardinals around it will maximum take 3 days for them to elect a new pope. I am going to be very curious because I think with that narrative, there is this projection of an image of, okay, we're unified. Okay, let's make sure that we're not divided as it relates to who we elect the new pope to be. Let's project this image of unity and that we have our stuff together and that we are on the same page and that we are collaborative and that we're, unified. So now is the time to pay attention, especially as it relates to your energy and the energy that might be encouraged by the media around all of this conclave process. There was an ask from one of the cardinals that for prayers for them to go into the Sistine Chapel and have this conclave process begin on May 7th. So that alone, quite frankly, and honestly, just gives me the heebie-jeebies because that's a lot of it's a lot of energy being directed their way. And who knows how they're using that energy. So I'm going to be leaving it at that. If you have not checked out my Vatican Grid video, highly recommend it. I'll link it below. But there's a lot of exciting things in my realm. Check out below. Definitely get on my newsletter. That's the best way to stay in touch around all of the happenings. But I have this really incredible free resource with a bunch of free resources within it. It's called the Radiance Hub. It's there for you to just stop, drop, get present, attune to your heart, attune to this planet, and activate your innate gifts. There's a really cool, fun, high vibe playlist that I update constantly. And there is a guided meditation. It's really an activation for you to connect with the heart of this planet and to connect with your innate gifts as a wonderful soul walking this planet at this time. This is a little Radiance Hub that I use, and it's there for people to use it. And I'm just beginning to realize more and more like how, we're only on this earth for a certain amount of time. And if we feel called to co-create with certain people or receive from certain people or be a part of certain communities or whatever, like lean in. Like we're here to give and receive from each other. And I'm not sure how much longer I'll be on this planet. I'm not sure how much longer any of us will be on this planet. Nothing is guaranteed. But when you feel a ping within your being that something feels aligned, it's for a reason. If this or if anything that I'm sharing about, or if anything that you check out below in the links is resonating with you, it is for a reason. So I have this Radiance Hub completely for free. It's for a reason. So I invite you to drop in, connect in with it. Let me know how it lands with you. Let me know how this video lands with you. If you made it to the end of this video, please drop your favorite emoji in the comments. I'm just wondering if these videos are helpful. I haven't received a lot of comments in particular that have been helpful. So let me know how these land. Do you want to see these continue? Is something else that would be more beneficial? Of course, I would love to hear that on top of an emoji being dropped, but drop your favorite emoji that you are excited to embrace during the month of May. And I'm really glad you're here. Glad you're here on this planet and showing up. So thank you. Lots of love. Until next time.